If you guys are looking for any cheap and reliable coins, check out MMOPO.com. Use the code PINGU at checkout to get 8% off. You guys, welcome to Season 3, episode number 13 of the Derby Current Life. And to start off this episode, we do have Bristol City, which we are actually playing in real life in a couple of days' time. So quite a convenient time for this fixture, and it'll be interesting to see. I think Chris Martin has actually retired from the game, I'm pretty sure. We tried to sign him last season, but like 32, for some reason he retired, which was a bit odd. You know, you'd expect a player at 32 to at least go to... They said as well, I think what they said was a player is more likely to get to 40 before they retire, but I think it only matters when they're playing for your club. If it's outside of your club, they don't care. But yeah, we're going to go into the first game against Bristol City. It is snowing at the... what's their stadium called? I'm going to get it wrong. But yeah, I can't quite remember. But we have got a bid in from Leicester for Damari Gray, which is really weird that obviously Leicester released him and now now they are looking to get him back. So we're going to put Lawrence in for this game. Obviously we are playing a championship team, so shouldn't be too much of a concern, the overall quality of this team. I might just put Nacho Fernandez at... Although we can actually play Max Lowe now at left back because obviously now that we have Tagliafico in the first team, yeah, it's a little bit of a stronger second team. So we will put Adam Ida in, give him a go in this game, see how he does. If it's... The problem is because of match sharpness, it's kind of difficult to know. So I guess we'll keep Ings in, bring him off the bench, and if he has an impact, then maybe look to keep him. If not, it might be another way we can create some funds for a new winger. Here we are then at Ashton Gate against Bristol City. It's not really Ashton Gate though, is it? Because they're missing corners on Ashton Gate, I'm pretty sure. And this stadium's completely enclosed. This is actually quite accurate to Pride Park. Maybe I should have gone for this stadium for Pride Park. In terms of the like shape and style of the stadium, maybe they're not the capacity, but it's done that. I can't change. It's super stupid that you can't change a stadium midway through. Like, the fact that that hasn't been changed is one of the worst things that EA have done with career mode. But yeah, looking at their team, they've got Woolacott in goal, then Josh Da Silva, Viner, Thomas Callas, May. How do you say his name? May. Jack Hunt, then Nagy, Morton, Patterson against his former club. Obviously, he spent 6 months on loan with us. Semenyo and Deju up top. Very, you know, good tall man, small man combo up front for Bristol City. Bristol City on the attack here, but Fernandez trying to get in. It's gone through for Semenyo. Cuts it inside to Deju with the shot and with the goal. They do get into the lead then in the 31st minute. Obviously, a little part of me wants us to kind of go out of the cup competitions and just focus on the Premier League now that we are, you know, going into these last pretty much 5 months now. If we just focus on the Premier League, I could get us the Premier League. That's the thing, if I'd really focus on it, but it's just trying to balance everything with the cup competitions. So we'll have to wait and see, of course. Silva bringing the ball forwards here, down the wing. Can he get a decent delivery into the middle? That's gone around Bogle. Oh, is that a pen? Is it a pen, though? I wouldn't call it a pen, but apparently it is. Kind of just ran into him. Which way will he go, though? He's gone to the left, and they have doubled their lead and made it a bit of a more difficult game now. But as I said, am I bothered about the FA Cup when the Premier League's there? It's one of those. Obviously, I would like to advance in the competition, but it's not the be all and end all. Chance here through the middle. Gonna have to take him out and give away the penalty. I don't know if it'll be... No, it won't be a red, but obviously it's going to be a penalty. But they were going to score anyway, so I just thought I'd take him out. And he has gone to the right, and we have saved it. So I guess may not be the right thing to do, but in terms of... Morally, it might not be the right thing to do, but in terms of getting the result, if we are going to get something from this game, then we're going to have to try our best. We have just got Damari Gray and Ida up top. Obviously, I want to see... You know, Ida's a good 30 million as well, and Fosu Mensah, who isn't even involved in this game, so we have an extra centre-back now that we have got Tagliafico at... you know, we've always had an extra centre-back since we signed Fernandes on a free. So I'm almost tempted to sell Fosu Mensah. He's a good player, but I think there's better options. And we have just... Is this 3 penalties we've given away now? I didn't even try and give that one away. That's the mental thing. But which way is he going to go? Is he going to go down the middle now? He's gone to the left and scored it. I don't know. This game's over now. We're not going to get back into this, I don't think, with 30 minutes to go. But as I said, just focusing in on the Premier League and maybe just binning off the second team, and that way we get the consistency with the first team. And that's another thing that this season, like, Cabral's not been scoring as many goals because obviously we just keep chopping and changing the team and not having that rhythm. But obviously it's meant that we've got to we've got to the Carabao Cup semi-final, we've got through to the knockout stages of the Champions League, so all in all it's okay. But there's a chance here for Ida to score a goal, and he has, which is good. 22 minutes to go. Can we... trying to stop the celebration. I don't want to celebrate. Passing in the middle here into Deju with the shot. I think it's actually a new sub, and they do finish off the game, and there is going to be no comeback, and we are going to be knocked out of the FA Cup, which will upset the board because we were expected to finish. We were expected to get to the semi-finals, but it's just been really difficult. I don't know why. Like, this second team beat Benfica, and against Bristol City, it's finding it a challenge, and it's really odd. It's full time then against Bristol City, and is a 4-1 loss in a very tough game. Deju with the hat trick, and I don't know, like, as I said in the Harrogate Town game, these lower league teams are harder to play than the teams that are in your current division. We're top of the Premier League, but playing against little old Bristol City, like, that was a good 80 rated squad, whereas Bristol City will probably have, like, I don't know, like 74. Bit of growth here to Cabral, goes to an 86, which is great to see, of course. We will probably move him to a mobile striker now, as that's the one that's going to take the least amount of time to get to an 87. But that's even going to take quite a while. So now, because we failed to get to the semi-final of the FA Cup, we have failed one of our domestic success ones. I don't know how I'm going to be able to reduce the wage by 67k. I don't really have an idea of that, but there we go. We have sold Damari Gray. But one thing I'm going to do, because we only have 25 million, we can't really get a great winger with that, and he's only on 35 grand a week wages. What I'm going to do is transfer list 2 players, and it's going to be Fosu Mensah, and we're going to transfer list Ida, because they're not good enough to make our team better, if that makes sense. Like, they're good squad players, but if we sell both of them and then we get another 87 rated player with the money that we do have, then I think that's probably the right thing to do. Bit of growth to Mason Mount. He has gone to an 87, which is really great to see. Still a little bit low in that shooting department, but now we have sold Gray. We only really have Tom Lawrence as a backup winger, but obviously we can quickly bring one in whenever needs be. It's just a shame that Chukwueze is going to be out until the end of the season now. But one thing I'm also going to do is put Knight into the first team, because I like Bakayoko, but there's no real point because he's kind of hit his max potential, whereas Knight's still 21 and could go to, like, like an 85 or an 86 like Bird is doing. But yeah, that right mid position, it was a bit of a weak area anyway with Chukwueze, so I guess it's kind of forced me to move things around. But we do have the next game against Manchester United in the FA Cup semi-final. I'm just going to quickly check, is there enough time for the team to recover? One game. 3 days is one of those where it's borderline whether they can recover. I guess if I put intermittent rest, play our first team against Man United and Newcastle, hopefully it's enough, because then we have a big break after that. But we'll have to wait and see. I guess we'll play with our first team, because then we can hopefully get to the final of the Carabao Cup final. But we're going to have to put Harrison on that right hand side and see how he does, as he is our only winger now that we have sold Damari Gray. Here we are then at Old Trafford against Manchester United. It is only a 1 goal deficit at the minute, and crazy things have happened in football. Obviously, that bit of growth to Mount and Cabral might be the difference. So, you know, they're much better players now. The question is whether we can win this game and then kind of rest some of these players for the next game against Newcastle, because obviously we want to get those 3 points in the league to keep us top of the table. But we may have a couple of games in hand because of all these cup games with the FA and the Carabao Cup. We might be like a couple of games in hand, and we might not even be top of the table at the minute. Ball out here to Otavio. It's gone across the face and into the back of the net, and that might be game over. 2 goals is just... It was so unlucky. I don't know how the keeper didn't get it, to be frankly honest. I don't know if Handanovic is a bit of an issue because of his age and not being able to react to things. He just should get that. He shouldn't wait. But yeah, they do make it 1-0 there. As I said, I'm not too fussed if we lose this game, because then we can... I don't know. The thing is, if we win this game, it's only one more game. It's not like we're going to have to go on another couple of games. But obviously it'll mean we can just focus on the league. Tackle there from Felipe. Can we get one last attack to end off this first half and hopefully get us into the lead, because it's a very tough game, and defensively Man United have been absolutely solid. Tagliafico into Cabral. Can't slip it through though for Mount. On to Cabral, on the edge to Mount. Need to get a goal now if we're going to make this second half interesting. With the shot and with the goal, there we go, on the final minute. Literally final second of the half. We get it back to 1 goal, and that gives us the hope. You know, that goal from Mason Mount is what we needed to start the attack. It was our first shot on target, but it doesn't matter when you get that first shot on target as long as it goes in. Fernandez on the edge of the box here. Got to be careful not to concede, obviously, because then it just kills the game. It's into Martial in the box. Bielik not dealing with it. Keeper not dealing with it. And I just don't know. I don't even know what to say about this game at times. Like, why is that goal gone in? But I guess I can just rest up my players for the next game against Newcastle, because this game's dead and buried. So we'll get Adam Ida on, get him on a bit of fitness. And I guess we'll get Bakayoko on. Although, I might be tempted to... I don't know, do I want to save Bielik? I think I want Bielik for the next game, to be honest, if anything. Chance here for Ida. He's got the pace. Has he got the finish, though? That's the real question. With the shot and with the goal, slim chance. There's a slim chance that we can bring it back to level. We need 1 more goal. Pogba is on for Man United, though. Chance here through the middle for Pogba to kill the game off with the shot, but saved by Handanovic. We've got 7 minutes to potentially equalise, although I kind of don't want to go to extra time, because if we go to extra time and lose the game anyway, then we've wasted stamina. But I guess we don't need to do that now. It's over. It's fine. Don't need to worry about losing stamina. Yeah, it's a bit of a shit. We've done a little bit better in this game than the first game. But it was always going to be likely that Man United were going to be going through, of course, with that 1 goal advantage and with the home game still to come. Ball out to Rashford. Can they make it 6? Don't even know what Handanovic is doing there. They make it 6-3 on aggregate, and I think at that point the game is well and truly over. There's full time, and we are out of the Carabao Cup in the semi-final against Manchester United, of course. And yeah, we can focus on the league now, but I don't know if Handanovic is a bit of an issue because of his age, and like the athleticism has just completely gone. And I don't know, it's difficult to judge a goalkeeper on ultimate difficulty because 99% of the shots do go in, but West Brom are the team in the final against Manchester United. Fossey Mensah, a little bit annoyed that we have transferred him, but as I said, to get to that next level we need to sell 1 or 2 players. So it's one of those where I think we'll leave it until the last day, but we'll see how much money we have, and hopefully we can sell either an Ida or of Fossey Mensah. Then we can get our money up to like towards the 50 million mark, and then we can actually sign a good player, because at the minute it's a little bit of a concern, but luckily fitness isn't an issue for this game and everyone can pretty much play, which is good to see. I will put Fossey Mensah on the bench though, although maybe Clark's got better sharpness. Yeah, he does. Here's the Newcastle team then for today's game. They're playing that 5-4-1 with Brill and Bolo in the midfield for some reason, but Jeff Hendrick against his former club on the right hand side, Bardi on the left, João Mario Munier as the lone striker, then a back 5 of Manquillo, Zappacosta, Watts, I'm not too sure who he is. Same with Gould and Paul Dummett, and then Dubravka back in goal. Last time we played Newcastle, they played like Gillespie, I think it was, in goal. But we found it quite a difficult game, so we are playing our first team. Hopefully it is enough to make the difference. And yeah, we'll move into transfer deadline day. And I don't know if a goalkeeper is the issue. I don't think it is, because even if we had like the best goalkeeper on the game, we're still going to concede goals because we're on ultimate difficulty. So I think we'll just stick with Handanovic and Van der Voort until the end of the season, and look to get a really like 85 plus rated right midfielder for that position where Chukwueze is now obviously injured, and then have Harrison and Lawrence as the backups. Chance here for Cabral, if I can turn the defender now with the shot, with the goal. There we go. As you can see, we are the top goal scoring team in the division, and we have found that breakthrough in the first 10 minutes, I believe, just over the 10th minute mark. Yeah, Cabral with another great goal, and now we're kind of, you know, we're through the Champions League, we've got the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup out of the way. We got the couple of games against Bayern Munich, but I don't think fitness is going to be an issue, and we can focus on having just a first team now, and just making sure that we get, you know, every single win that's possible, and make sure we stay top of the Premier League. Because if we do win the league this season, let me know in the comment section down below, what is more of an accomplishment? Is winning the Premier League better than the Champions League, or is the Champions League bigger than the Premier League? That's what I kind of want to know from you guys, so let me know in the comments. And we'll assess the situation at the end of the season, but I don't want to say this will be the final season, but it might be if you know, we win the Premier League and get through against Bayern Munich and maybe get to the semis. But we'll have to wait and see. It's difficult in cup competitions to, you know, try and force the win, as Manchester City have found for a number of years. But Mount's in the box here. Can he get it into Cabral? He can indeed. It's blocked by the defender though. Newcastle have had 18% possession. We're about in the 30th minute now, and it's just a bit crazy how much possession we've had. Is that a penalty? It wasn't that. I'm a bit confused. This game confuses me every day I play it, to be honest. But is that a penalty? He's fouled me, but I've not gone down. But we do have a penalty here. I think Cabral is our best penalty taker as well. I'll give it Cabral anyway, because he's obviously a top quality finisher. But can he score the goal to make it 2-0? It's come off the crossbar and gone out. I don't know if the keeper saved that and it went onto the bar, or it just hit the bar. I want to have a look actually, because I'm a little bit confused. But it's super difficult against the... Oh, it's come off the bar. Yeah. Nearly got it into the top corner. But it's just super difficult against the computer to score penalties, because they know where you're going. But chance here for Mount. Clean through with the shot and into the back of the net. What a wonderful left-footed strike to get that second goal. And now we can get into a comfortable position. And there's no games for a while after this one. I think there's an international break. So yeah, there's a good opportunity for us to get these players back up to fitness and go into that next game against, I want to say Leicester. Corner for Newcastle. We did lose the clean sheet against them in the final minutes in the away game, and we've done it in the home game. There you go, 7 minutes to go. Stengs comes off the bench. Really good winger, and I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't start for Newcastle. They've, for some reason, played Jeff Hendrick against us, of course, who's only about 74, 73 rated, so a little bit weird. One thing I am trying in this game is just Lamer on this right mid spot, just to see how he plays. I think a bit more of a right back, of course, but thought I'd just give it a crack since we were winning. But do need to be careful now in the last 3 minutes. There we go, full time against Newcastle. It is a 2-1 victory. Bit of a shame we couldn't get the clean sheet, but same as the away fixture actually, we won 2-0, so quite consistent against them. But yeah, we got the 3 points, and that does keep us top of the table, and it'll be interesting to see how the other teams did. Obviously City dropping a point there, and Liverpool losing, so maybe we'll win in the Premier League. We're currently 3 points clear, although Man United are one of the teams that are chasing us, of course. But yeah, we do also play Man United, so it's one of those where we've got that 3 point gap at the minute. Bit of growth here to Kamil Joswiak, goes to an 87 rated winger, but I think going to that next level might be a little bit of an issue. It's going to take at least 76 weeks. I think I'll just keep him on inverted winger because that'll get his shot power and long shots up, of course. But yeah, I think ridiculous player, still at 24, obviously chance to grow. Whether he does or not, we'll have to wait and see. So into transfer deadline day then, if we just have a quick look and see if there's any major transfers. Who is now at Neuhaus? 70 million. There's a lot of money. As obviously we've sold Gray and brought in Tagliafico. I'm still amazed where our money went, to be honest. Like, we've been robbed 40 million in this transfer window, and I just don't have a clue where it's gone. Manchester City bringing in Davison Sanchez and Joel Matip. But selling Paulista, the centre-back, I believe. Semedo going to Manchester United. And I think that's about it in terms of transfers that are major. There's one thing I could do with the two players that we are looking to sell, but I don't think anyone is going to put a bid in, is do swap deals. So we have about 25 million plus whatever they're worth. So it's the question of who we can actually sign with the money that we do have, plus the player included in the deal. Obviously we could sign like a left mid. I'm kind of tempted to have a look and see what kind of price Deulofeu. Yeah, let's have a look and see Deulofeu, because he's one of those that Inter that's not really playing, and we might be able to get him under value. And obviously at 81 rated, he's a brilliant player. I think if we just offer 23, because it's kind of the wages that I've got to also consider as well with a player like him. Pretty much offer the value then. They're sticking at 29. Obviously now that we are getting towards the end of the window, it makes these things a little bit more complicated to do. But they're going to need a little bit of time for Deulofeu. But if we can just have a look and see if any players are interested in the ones that we are offering, then that'll be kind of a good way of doing it. Maybe someone like Herman Lozano. So Brian Mbeumo's one that I could just do straight up with the money that we do have, but he is only 78 rated, but he is 23 and can grow, and actually has good stats. Like, he's got 86 pace, 91 agility, 83 finishing, which is ridiculous. But only 76 dribbling, which isn't amazing, but can grow. It's kind of what we've got already in a way. So I'd rather go for somebody that's high rated, like a Lozano. The only thing about Mahrez is his sprint speed isn't the best, at only 73. That's the only thing that's kind of putting me off him, and his big wages. Matheus Pereira's one that I did think of. I think financially we could afford it. We'll try and wait and see if we can get somebody of a slightly better quality. Carrasco's not a bad shout, but he is a left mid. But he might be the best we can do with what we've got, really. I don't think there's anyone else. Maybe a Zaha as well. I don't know, would I rather have Zaha or Carrasco? Probably Zaha, to be honest. Where's Wilf? Let's have a look and see if Atletico are interested in Fosu Mensah or Ida. The thing is, Ida's worth 30 million, that's the crazy thing, but nobody seems to be wanting to put a bid in for him. So we'll go Timothy Fosu Mensah plus... I'd rather not offer all my money, to be honest. Because, like, realistically, we're overpaying for Zaha at this point. But I'd rather get him than not get him. See, it's... Why does the game hate me? They just know I don't want to sell Matt Clark. It's like they know that he's the golden boy for me. I guess we put in Ida plus that, and hopefully that deal will get done. There we go. It's a little bit annoying. I maybe could have gone a bit lower with that, to be honest. I think what I'll do is I'll leave Wilf here. I can't put Ida into any other deals. But we can put Fosu Mensah into deals. So whether we can get somebody to accept all of our money plus Fosu Mensah is the question. So I think Ismail Assar is kind of affordable if we can get Fosu Mensah into the deal. It's just super annoying that we're kind of stuck in this situation until we can either sell or get him into a deal. We do have the Zaha deal lined up, but it will mean that we'll probably have to move Joswiak to the right hand side. But they're wanting Louis Sibley for Sarr. See, the thing is with Sibley is he's worth so much, but I can't put him in. I can't do it. See, Watford are getting reasonably close, and if I had the option to put the sell-on clause in, we might be able to do this deal. A few messages here. Hopefully, one of these is a transfer offer. I think it's just going to have to be Zaha, because I don't think we can afford anyone else. Ismail Assar is super close, though, and we might be able to do it now that they've put the sell-on clause back in. And he's about the same quality as Zaha, at 82 and 83, you know. Still quite young, Ismail Assar, so we'll go negotiate, see if we can get that. It's just a tiny amount of money. You know, even if we sold like one youth academy player, we could probably do this deal. We'll put this up to 25%, and hopefully we can drop this down to 23.5. Actually, I can go to probably 24 on the dot. Yeah, we'll go for that. Hopefully. Wow, they've accepted. Oh, this is... I'm literally on the border. The question is what kind of wages he wants. That is the real question. We might be able to squeeze this one like we did with Tagliafico. And it's just because the game's just been really... Like, the strict transfers and not giving us the Ramsdale money. It's all kind of caught up to us. And making these deals very difficult indeed. We'll give him a 4-year contract, as he is 24. And hopefully... we can get this deal over the line. He's the same rating as Chukwueze, but obviously he's a rapid player. So what I'll do is I'll go for that. Oh, that's the wages, right? So we need to go this down to. To be honest, we could probably we can actually afford him. Great. So if we put this up to 400k, you can put the extra bit in. I guess we just give him all of our money because, well, it's literally all we can do. And there we go. He has accepted, and we have signed Ismail Assar on transfer deadline day. He's young, he's 82 rated. You know, the other option was Zaha, who's 30. And, yeah, I just didn't really want to sign a old Wilf Zaha on his last legs. He's still fast and still good, but I just think Ismail Assar was the better with what we had remaining. And it's just super annoying that we just couldn't really do much else, really. But we do bring him into the team, obviously same rating. If I just compare him with Chukwueze, much better shooting actually, which is nice to see. Even +1 pace, -2 dribbling though. But all in all, they're quite similar. Agility and balance is much lower though on Sarr, but the finishing is much better. And that, you know, the shooting aspect of Chukwueze was kind of the thing that let him down. But I think Ismail Assar's already there, so. I think that's a super good signing. Obviously 24 years old, still got a lot of potential, and it means that we keep Ida and we keep Fosu Mensah unless we get some late offers in here. And even then, I don't think I will sell him at this point because there's not really much of a point to it. Yeah, negotiations over for Will. So, yeah, we'll just wrap up transfer deadline day. We have got a couple of messages here, whether it's a... No, so it's just me waiting to see if any of our players do get bidded on, but it doesn't look like they are going to be. And that is transfer deadline day wrapped up. I think we did quite well. You know, we brought in a couple of good players in this window. So there we go, transfer deadline day has closed, and now we are stuck with this squad until the end of the season. And I think overall we did really well in this window. I think, you know, I even put him in the second team for some reason. Let me just sort out this first team. Obviously with Ismail Assar on that right hand side now. It just gets us up to that 82 rated like we were before with Chukwueze, and he's still young now. I think they're both pretty much the same age, and I think it was the best we could do with the money that we had remaining, because the money from Ramsdale just disappeared completely. Much better composure on Ismail Assar as well, way better strength as well, like nearly 80 strength for a right mid is actually ridiculous if I compare him with Kamil Joswiak. Yeah, there's +5 on Joswiak in terms of strength, and Joswiak's quite a strong player. Really good shot power as well. 84 shot power is actually ridiculous. really good long shots as well at 84. So yeah, I think he was, if you compare him on that screen there, he looks incredible, because other than passing, he's better than Josrak on pretty much everything. So I'm over the moon actually with that signing. I don't think we could have done much better than Ismail Assar, and I don't know how we did it, to be frankly honest. I really don't know how we managed to pull that one off with the money that we did have. I think his value was 41 million, and we offered 24 and a 25% sell-on clause. That is a little bit ridiculous. But it does mean now we're top of the league, and going into that next game against Arsenal, can we, get a bit of a gap forming in the Premier League, winning the Champions League? I think we'll be able to use our first team now. I don't think there's ever a situation where we need to use our second team. I might be tempted against Burnley, depending on what the first leg score is against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. So if we get smashed 4-0 in this first leg, I'll just play a weak team in the second leg and focus on the Premier League game against Burnley and Aston Villa. But if the game's within 1 or 2 goals, then obviously I'll play my first team in the Champions League. But yeah, there's really not long left until now and the end of the season. If we do 4 games an episode, there's 1 episode, 2 episode, 3 episode. So we've got 3, maybe 4 episodes until the end of the season, and potentially the end of the career mode. So it really does depend on whether I can beat Bayern Munich, win the Champions League. We'll have to wait and see if we can do that. But yeah, I'd like to win the Premier League. That would be great. At the minute, we're in the driving seat in first with 3 points clear. It's just defensively we need to be a lot more solid, and maybe I could have assessed the Handanovic situation. I don't know if he's going to go down again. Same with Felipe. But a bit of growth here too. Jane Bogle goes to an 80 rated right back, which is nice to see. Obviously it gives us the chance to play with Ida now that we didn't go into that Will Zaha deal. But yeah, I think Saar was the best we could do with the money we had, and I think we got a really solid player on our hands, so I'm really happy with that bit of business. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave a like rating if you did enjoy this episode, and yeah, see you soon. Bye.